I still get to go to banquets and invite
Okay.
people. They asked me what I need to do, I said nothing, I'm gonna come and reap the rewards of my
You're
14
you're
years.
president pro tem, right?
Yeah.
Emeritus,
And
that's the
people call
word,
me-
emeritus.
People call me, well, I said, I have nothing to do with
Is he
it.
ready, Kim?
He's ready.
Call the meeting to order, city council meeting of, what is this, March 7th, 2024, starting at 6:32. Kim, would you take roll call, please?
Councilmember Schroeder,
Here.
Councilmember Wilson,
Here,
Councilmember Hatton,
Here.
Mayor Bishop.
Here. Would you join me for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Let's see, our first item of business is that we adopt the agenda. I make a motion to adopt the agenda. Is there a second?
I will second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Second order of business is the consent agenda. There are 4 different things underneath that. First is approve the monthly claims. Is there a motion to approve the monthly claims?
I make a motion to approve monthly claims.
Excuse me, Mayor and council members, on the consent agenda, it would be for one motion.
One
For all
motion
those
for all of
items,
those,
Sorry,
yes.
yeah.
okay.
Approve the consent agenda. I'll make a motion to approve the consent agenda.
I'll second it.
All those in favor?
Aye.
You mean to tell me, Kim, we're not gonna be able to discuss what's on page 3 of the joint powers thing?
No,
Okay. Just kidding.
Good,
Okay.
there are too many
scared me.
pages.
It's standard, that's why I put it there.
Now, moving quickly to public comments, other than our esteemed city
Public.
administrator, I don't see anybody else in the public that's here. So we'll close the public comment period. 4 is unfinished and new business. First thing under that category would be the consideration of Tri-County contract extension, both plowing and street sweeping. We received from Kim a copy of that new contract. Basically, it's the same boilerplate that they use every 3 years. I believe that our present contract goes through sometime in May.
May 1st.
May 1st. And so is there any discussion concerning the contract extension for Tri-County?
Obviously, those are new rates then?
Yeah,
Yes,
they are.
They are within the contract.
Yep.
It was,
Oh, I didn't know what the old rates were.
yeah, it went from, okay, help me out here, the street sweeping 55,
Yeah, I think so.
it went to 65.
65, yeah, okay.
Okay?
Yep.
And the plowing was 115 per hour, and it went to 130.
30,
And
yep.
this is a 3-year contract, so you will lock those rates in. And I talked to Ben several times. It started much higher, and we negotiated and went down, and I think it's a very, very reasonable increase for a 3-year contract.
And I think there's been maybe some talk sometimes, and there may have even been somebody here in a meeting at one time that was indicating they might be interested in the contract, that type of thing, other than Tri-County. But my personal belief is that Tri-County benefits from having us kind of in between other towns that they're already doing, and therefore we're just kind of a nuisance thing for them, and they kind of do it. And generally speaking, I find their quality of service, other than perhaps the way they salt the roads, somewhat, it seems to be pretty good, and we seem to get our money's worth, so. Is there any further discussion?
I just have one thing, and I think maybe we could talk to Ben or communicate is when it does snow to see if they could, it seems like our whole north area gets to be done last, northern, because he goes from all the way down by Denmark Township all the way up.
Okay.
And seeing if he could get a plow up here, even if he like opens up like the school route or some stuff like that, maybe hit some of that stuff earlier, that'd be great, but other than that, I think they do a fine job.
Mayor and council members, I will just note that very, very, very few complaints with them.
Yeah,
And I will also note if you did get another company to come in that didn't have these surrounding communities, quite often there's a mobilization
Oh, yeah.
every time they come up,
Right, okay.
so.
that's all I have.
Any further discussion? Can I have a motion to accept the contract?
I'll make a motion to approve the contract with Tri-County,
That would be for both plowing and sand,
both plowing and sweeping.
sweeping, excuse me.
I'll
those-
second the motion.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
We've got discussion regarding public safety funds. Can you enlighten me a little bit on that, Kim?
Councilmember Schroeder brought that up and wanted to discuss the one-time public safety funds that the state issued to every city.
Yes, and did we receive it at, I think?
You got it in January.
It's like 14,000
Yes.
some dollars.
The intent of those funds, every city got it, and it was based on population. The intent, and it was through the past legislative session, was they have to be dedicated to public safety. From the League of Minnesota Cities, most cities are using it for police and fire protection, but those are the cities that have their own departments. Smaller cities are doing some road improvement projects, guardrails, that sort of thing. But Councilmember Schroeder wanted to talk about dedicating some of those funds to the
Right.
fire department. And I would probably say I wouldn't necessarily dedicate them to Washington County Sheriff's Department.
No,
They got their own.
I guess I would, and Tim and Tom being on the board too, the fire department has a wish list, and between all the cities in the valley, I think we got $250,000 out of all the cities. And I've been kind of waiting to see what the other cities are gonna commit, because it's like, if we don't get it either way, we're gonna pay for it in our taxes. And I would like to, maybe we donate $5,000 to the fire department to start and see, and go from there, and then see what, I know some of the other cities have made a commitment. Right now, some of the other cities have made a commitment, can't remember what the dollar amount, but we'll find it out at the next meeting at the end of the month. And that's all I request, because, the turnout gear is expensive. Everything's expensive for the fire department. But I guess I don't know if Tim has anything else to say.
I know Tim says it was a wish list, it's not really a wish list, but it's
Yeah.
items that they need, I think more like unbudgeted for items.
Yeah.
And stuff comes up also, and like the turnout gear is expensive, what was it?
Radios, walkie-talkies.
Yes, there's other things that they wanna use, to purchase, and like the county switching over to a different radio system that they have to go to, and that adds cost, it's expensive, but.
That radio system is a bugaboo, because it's
Yeah.
$400 a year for each radio that we have to pay the county. And I find it odd, but that's the way they decided to do it. I mean, there are other counties that there's just a line item on everybody's property tax statement
Yeah.
for $7, but they
Yeah.
decided they wanted to do it that way. Okay, fine. Because the radio is about $2,000, I think, and that's the big ones. The problem is, I think we have 21, and everybody who goes into fire is supposed to have one. If you go into a fire, you're supposed to have this radio on you. And so currently today, they have to stop and swap if another guy goes in. So that's just some of the things I remember about it. There's a whole bunch of facilities-based stuff, the water fountains, the toilet fixtures, there's a whole lot of that kind of stuff needs to be upgraded in there, or I think still needs to be upgraded.
Yeah, some of it has.
Because, so anyway, yeah.
But just to start, and then then I can go back and say, well, Lakeland Shores has committed 5,000, what are you other cities gonna commit?
Well, I don't really have any objection to that, but I'm kind of curious as to what anybody envisions the rest of the $9,000 is gonna be used for.
Well, that's the other thing I was gonna say. I would rather give, I would, rather give a higher amount than what Tim did, whatever we can give the most, but another thing, like what other stuff do
Yeah,
we
what-
use it on?
what do we
that
use
would-
it?
Yeah, that's true, that's what we have it for, I guess
Yeah,
I wouldn't
I'm-
mind if, you know, it's up to you guys.
And I will note, Mayor and council members, there, at this point, there's no sunset on when you have to spend those funds.
Oh, okay, there's no return date? Okay.
So we can
Not
give half
yet.
and then.
Okay, we can,
decide
yeah,
on
we,
the-
we can do that for the next 3 years if we want to, give them $5,000, or roughly $5,000. So that's a good point, Kim, thanks for bringing that up.
And I guess the intent of the agenda item was not to make a decision tonight, it was to have a discussion about it. It would certainly be something that is brought forward at a future meeting to officially donate those dollars.
Yeah, because we have 2 budgets for public safety, the sheriff and the fire department.
Yeah.
We don't have any education, anything like that, so, I mean, that, we kinda have a distinguished pigeonhole for that money, or a couple of them, and that's pretty much it.
And what else do you envision that it could be used for, Kim?
Again, do you have any safety issues on your roads? A
Yes.
guardrail?
Yeah, street safety, you know.
Yeah.
I know one of the residents asked about, on Division Roundabout, people will walk up around the roundabout and then walk up Division Street around that curve, and they asked if we could, on the dead end of Division, if we could put a little path that goes from the street to the path, so people don't have to walk on the street, because there was a lady pushing a stroller in the
Which
snow.
path are you talking
By
about?
Connolly's house to
oh,
the bike
trail.
path,
Okay.
you know, so they don't have to walk the street when people come around the curve, but that would be something we could.
That would be something we could do on the stub.
Yeah.
I mean, we got that stub end of the street.
But
the
that
old
would
big-
be something to do, or, you know, maybe
Yeah.
that, well, that could be
Oh,
the county too.
are you saying connecting the dead end street?
Yeah, just
the
to the
north
bike
side?
trail, just
Yeah,
out
to the bike trail with a path,
I thought about that too. I wasn't sure what you're talking about. I'm
Yeah.
like the roundabout.
yeah.
I think, you know, that's a good. It's an interesting idea. I don't know if those people would want that per se.
Don't
You know,
have choice.
Yeah, it's,
well, it's right along the guy's. But I think if we did a path, it'd also be nice to have a fence along that guy's driveway, so he's not.
oh, you mean along the bike trail?
Yeah, on the south end where that guy has his.
It's a pretty thick hedge there, but I understand what you're saying.
But yeah, I like that idea.
So do we wanna just,
So do we want to do the $5,000 today so Tim can go to his meeting in a couple
no, we
weeks?
don't have to talk about it, or do you wanna
Which
do
Tim?
more? Yeah, do you wanna do more, Tim?
It doesn't matter. How about it? Yeah, it doesn't matter if you
I'd
want
say
to.
let's do it now, so then we don't have to talk about it, and then we can talk about it down the road if we wanna donate more or whatever,
Right,
so.
that would be my suggestion as well, do it now.
Well, do
Then
you
I
want-
would need a motion.
They would need a motion.
I make a motion to donate $5,000 to the fire department
Out of what fund?
out of our,
Public safety.
public
fund.
safety funds that we received.
I will second that.
All those in favor?
Aye. When's your next meeting?
End of the month.
Next week.
I might have to go.
End of the month.
Well, coming up. Oh, that's the other one, operations.
Now we
I
got,
might have to go, just to-
under unfinished and new business, we have discussion regarding 2024 road projects.
Mayor and council members, I added that because of course we are meeting and I need to give you guys something to do. We may not meet in April and I just wanted to hear your thoughts on, in the past years, you've done this every kind of spring, you've decided, do we maybe want to do a road project this year? And this discussion would just start that ball rolling in terms of getting in touch with the engineer and engaging him, but you did one last year, and it's kind of been the norm, you've done one kind of every other year. So, I would let the road commissioner certainly lead that discussion.
Well, you know, we obviously did a significant amount of Lakeland Shore roads last summer. And, you know, there's something along, I mean, what's left is on the north end of town and basically dealing with Second Street North and you know, Third Street and I suppose the beginning of Lakeland Shores Road. But I don't see any real reason unless, Tim, you're over in that area more than I am,
haven't
other
been
than,
over there for a while.
I mean, I travel Second Street North, and I think we took care of the bad spots
Yeah,
with the last summer. I don't know, I never get over on where you're living,
Yeah,
Tim.
my road's holding up. I mean, since I moved in 7 years ago, it's been slowly, deteriorating, cracking and whatnot. But still, it's in pretty decent shape. Plus, the one road on my side, anyways, got paved. Whatever that is, Quinlan? No. Yeah, Quinlan.
yeah.
Quinlan, yeah.
Yeah,
Quinlan did,
my,
yeah.
along my road there's Quinlan that got paved.
Between Second and Third.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Third Street is getting there.
The only thing I can think of is from the county road, when they redid the county road and then they repaved in a ways on all the streets that hook up to the county.
Yeah,
To see if we need to like seal coat those. I don't know, maybe you can,
yeah.
when you're out and about, John, look at that, like down by the little bit of the school division, First, Second Street. There's like, it looks,
Yeah,
and I don't know if we need to seal coat it or not,
You can hear it when you go from the new stuff onto the old stuff.
and maybe just ask John Perotti,
Yeah.
maybe look at it and see.
I know that, I've talked to John, not recently, but in the past, that, whatever that, whatever they seal, they do the
Yeah.
roads the way we did them, and then a year later approximately,
Yeah.
they come back, because we did it so late in the year,
Yeah,
September, he didn't think that would be necessary for this,
Yeah, okay.
this summer, okay? That we could wait until,
yeah, but no, I'm saying the,
The little stretch of road, when you come off Division, it comes up around the bend and pops out up there.
Yeah.
That all was not touched in the process of
and that's,
repaving
that
last
was
year.
from when they redid the county road.
When they
so it's never been-
put in the roundabouts.
And then, the stretch on Second Street North and then First Street and Second Street and down by the school, there's always a little stretch from,
I don't know how it is on the other two, but it's maybe, 300 feet on
yeah.
Division?
And then the other ones could
Is
be
older road.
100 feet or something, and just take a look at it and see if,
and that's not county road though.
but, well,
It-
I mean,
that
they did
property,
it, right?
that property on Division, they still have it under the county, and I said something to my buddy at the county, I said, hey, you guys gotta plow and take care of it, it's still in your name, not ours. But,
So what would you like me to do, ask John Perotti whether something needs to be done there?
yeah,
And what do you think needs to be done?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know if
Seal coat
it could be just fine, the
Yeah,
way it
okay,
is.
right,
but-
yeah,
you know.
I'll ask him, okay. I hate to call him, because every time I call him,
Yeah.
The
another
meter's
15
running.
minutes.
Yeah, the meter's
Do you
running.
plan on meeting them at all, or no? Or-
Generally speaking, I think in the past, in the spring, we've gone around because we were anticipating doing some road work. And I would walk the roads with him, and he would tell me about the alligator this or whatever he's talking about.
Gatorback.
Gator. And, but I haven't heard from him, and I have no reason to get in touch with him except for perhaps this question here, so.
Yeah. Okay, that's all I got.
I really don't think we're inclined to do any 2024 road projects. The only thing I think that might change it is that, what's that road? Why can't I remember another Q?
Keely.
The one that comes right up, if you were coming off of my street, Lakeland Shores Road, and you just went straight rather than going to the left to Second Street North, what is that?
It's- It is like Coyote or something.
Is it Quinton?
Well, it's not Coyote.
Quinton.
Coyote's the next one up by
Yeah.
the river, but, whatever. What is it?
Is it Quinton?
No,
I
it's
don't
not
know.
Clinton either, but whatever it is, that road is not our
Yeah.
portion of it, because we had that done, but that road from where our town leaves off to Lakeland is the Lakeland part of that road, which runs all the way down to past their city hall,
Yeah,
is, about as bad a shape as, it's worse than any of our roads were last year.
I know.
And so the only thing I sometimes think about is if they're gonna do something big, which I haven't heard, okay? That conceivably, if we wanted to do anything over on the north end of town,
Quinnell. Quinnell.
why I can't remember that, I don't know. That might be the opportunity to do it, but I haven't heard anything, I never talked to anybody in Lakeland. Although I do have to talk to their public works person, since it's no longer Simon, to find out what we're gonna do about the flowers in the median.
Mayor and council members, Mr. Road Commissioner, is that something you can go take a look at and determine spray coating or seal coating?
Well, I could, but, it would be like
I mean, I couldn't,
Yeah,
and that's
no.
why I asked, yeah, I couldn't.
I probably couldn't, you know,
Okay,
I mean, I mean, if it
Well,
looked.
you drive by and look at it and see what you think.
Think.
Yeah,
Okay,
you know
you
that
know.
you might need to do something, but you have no idea what it is.
Yeah, what the stage is, so, I mean, I will try not to, I just don't call Prody, I let
If we
him
need to
call me.
move a database, call me.
And I will
otherwise-
just note, last year at your May agenda, you did have, you approved a spray patching bid.
We did that last year.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, you did. And then I was also just gonna add that if your road project, the major road project that you did last year, is gonna wait until next year to be seal coated,
right.
you may want to hold off on this section
Yeah.
that you're talking
Right,
about.
in order
That's
Because
true.
to come out at the
Yeah.
same time,
Time
it's,
to do it.
it's
Yep.
just less
Makes sense.
expensive.
Sure,
That's-
yep. Well, that probably
If
answers,
that's what that needs. I
Right.
mean, if you really
Right.
don't know, yeah.
okay.
So I just wanted to start that discussion.
Yep, okay, well, that makes all the sense in the world if, you know, I mean, I can place a call to Parodi and say, we're gonna do the seal coating, you know, in 2025. Does it make sense, you know, to do the part that wasn't done, you know, that approaches what they did in 2023? So, okay, sounds good. Council and staff reports. We're going over a little bit here, guys. I really want to be out of here by quarter of.
I have nothing.
I don't have anything.
Yeah, I understood that. I got nothing.
You can take a hint, that's it.
I don't have either, you know, as I say, I got that one phone call, but you know, I get so few phone calls, I think that's because Tim gets most of them, but you know, it's, which says a lot about you perhaps running for mayor next time.
No.
Because you know, if you're gonna get the calls, you might as well
I'll
get
just
the
sit here.
prestige.
I like sitting over here.
But
Tim's gonna get rid of all of his phones.
anyway, there's nothing to add here, everything seems to be going fairly well. And, one question I do have, you know, I don't walk, on the bike path very often, but I noticed that the other day when I was on it, that, those bushes do grow into, you know, the bike path a little bit,
Yes,
which at this time of year, there's plenty of room to avoid them, but you know, once they get leaves on, they begin to droop a little bit, that type of stuff. That is the county's
Yeah.
job to do
I'll
that?
call somebody at the
Call,
county.
yeah.
Yep.
That, I mean, I just, it's a good time to do it because there's no foliage
Yeah.
and, it's not the whole thing. It's
and then they
just-
get that big truck and they drive it right down
And then you get complaints because it
Yeah.
looks so bad, but it grows back in just fine. Yep.
Well, with that, can I have a motion at approximately 6:54
I make a motion.
I second.
to adjourn the meeting? Yep. All in favor?
Aye.
Sorry.
A well-oiled
Oh, I-
machine.
22 minutes.
Yeah, really, yeah, really.